Delaware Bayshore consists of islands that occur in some of the salt marshes up and down the Delaware Bay, both on the New Jersey side and the Delaware side. In 1993, there was a study that suggested that these islands saw very high use for migratory songbirds. We believe then that these islands provide really important stopover habitat for these birds, meaning an important point in their annual cycle where they need to stop and refuel on their migratory journeys. These islands are highly threatened by sea level rise, so we want to quantify the use of these islands by these migratory songbirds to put this stopover site in perspective in terms of the annual cycle of these birds, but also to try to understand what might happen if we lost these islands to sea level rise. Many of these birds are traveling from northern Canada all the way down to as far as South America. So we're trying to quantify what's happening out here so we can put it in sort of the geographic perspective. You know, how important is the Delaware Bayshore to these birds that have to travel sometimes up to 10,000 kilometers. We put what we call a net line up, a set of nets, mist nets in the woods here. The birds are moving through the woods, they're looking for their food, they're looking for places to rest and refuel. The birds are then trapped in the net for a short period of time. We regularly check the nets, we extract the birds, we take them back to our tent here, and we put a USGS aluminum numbered band on usually the right leg. That band will allow us to identify that bird. If we catch it again later, we know we've already taken data from it. It allows us to identify individuals and not take data from one bird thinking it might be multiple birds. By banding the birds, we can look at individuals, and then that allows us to give us to obtain a broader picture of what's happening in terms of their physical condition as they move through the Delaware Bayshore, and that'll help us place the Delaware Bayshore into that much larger global annual cycle. You know, one of the key objectives as far as the fieldwork goes is to bring more awareness to this migratory phenomenon. We want to be able to convince managers that the Delaware Bayshore is important, and it's important to think about how songbirds fit in. The songbirds really aren't on anybody's radar at the moment, and that's one thing that we want to change. And one way we can do that is through outreach, through publications, talking to the public, and then that in turn will allow folks to be able to incorporate these migratory songbirds into land management action, into perhaps most importantly restoration. We would not be in a position to be doing what we're doing out here if it weren't for the Delaware Sea Grant. The funding is going into supporting students both at University of Delaware and at Salisbury University. It's gone into purchasing field supplies for the project. It allows us to spend time out here quantifying what's happening with the birds, and then again in the lab. In general, Sea Grant is allowing us to conduct this research.